Our trigger warnings for this episode are going to be substance abuse, psychological abuse, and suicide. So if these are triggering topics for you, go ahead and skip this episode. Move on to the next. We'll let you know if it's for you. Have a good one.
See you at the next one.
How awful.
We're recording.
Oh, I thought we... Oh, surprise!
Welcome to our podcast. It's called How Awful.
That's how awful I'm be.
I'm Tanya Lee.
Oh, that was fancy. We should try a different genre.
I did it with my mouth.
Yikes. HR issue.
Here we are, episode 5, on the eve of October.
Our house is spoopy. We're coming to you live from our spoopy house.
And it's a full moon.
Is it?
It is.
Well, I gotta go, because I'm a werewolf. I don't know.
Should I be worried?
No. I'm a nice wolf.
Do you want ear scritches?
I just want ear scritches and cuddles.
That's alarming.
Why?
I don't know. I don't believe you.
I'm not like those werewolves on that horrible movie we watched last night. We watched Trick or Treat last night, and I just need for you guys to explain to me why everybody loves that movie.
Sorry, Tessa.
Yeah, sorry, Taylor, who'll probably never hear this. It's horrible. It's not linear. There's werewolves, and there's a little dude in his butt flap PJs killing people for candy, and...
But, it was entertaining.
Was it?
Yeah, I was entertained.
Okay.
I didn't think it was my favorite horror movie, but I thought it was fine.
It has an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a lot.
It's 85% rotten.
So clever today.
I'm soups clever. I slept 0%.
You have dad jokes galore.
Uh-huh. I slept 0. My eyes are watering for some reason, and I'm drinking wine.
You slept 0 amount? We're going to need more in the middle of this episode.
That's fine.
I'm going to be like, pause for pour.
So, if you were here last week...
They can't hear me smiling, but I'm smiling.
You can hear it in your voice. Last week we were what? We were cults and aliens. And this week we're cults!
Again.
And death and dying.
We are.
Celebrity death and dying.
So this one's gonna probably be a doozy.
It's a doozy.
Sorry, not sorry. You signed up for this. Literally, you subscribed.
Yeah.
So here you are.
It's literally signing up for it. You can sign up for it even more if you go to our Patreon and give us money.
Yes. Patreon.com/howawfulpodcast. The woo is not part of the
No, the woo is not part of the link. Leave the woo out because, we would have, but how many O's do you put? No one knows. Not us.
I usually put 2. Woo.
That's a very short, not very enthusiastic woo.
It's a gentle woo. It's more like a woo.
No, that's literally like woo.
No, it's like woo.
It's gonna be like woo.
Woo.
Let's deconstruct our woos.
I like it
for the next hour.
Okay, anyways.
We're gonna do it a little differently because, we're learning as we go. We're learning. It's a learning experience.
We're a work in progress.
And, we feel like maybe reading each other's stories, while good in thought and not great in action, maybe might
oh dear
be the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. So we're gonna read our own stories.
Yes. I'm just making an adjustment to my life.
Adjustments.
I wanted to sit back and relax.
Do that. You've been at work all day. You've earned
so
it.
You. High five.
Hey, but
Look at
working
us.
women.
Adulting.
Everybody is... Who are you? Are you Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, Dolly Parton?
I would probably want to be Jane Fonda, but I feel like we're going to fight for that.
No.
Oh.
Because I'm Dolly.
Fine. Yes. I'm Jane Fonda. Oh my God. I never thought I would get this moment.
But let's be honest. They are both feminist icons.
Yes.
And gay icons.
Yeah, they're so great. We love them.
We do love them.
Dolly and Jane.
Dolly and Jane. Oh, Dolly and Jane. Dolly's coming out with a Christmas movie. I'm not excited for it.
I am.
I am too. I'm just kidding.
You're just joshing us around.
I'm just joshing it. And other gay icon, Christine Baranski, is in it.
Who's that? Help me. I don't know who she is.
I just heard the collective gasps of all of the gays.
Who is she?
Christine Baranski?
Yeah, who dat?
Oh my God, I would say she was in Mamma Mia, but I don't think you paid that close attention to it.
Tell me who in Mamma Mia.
She's in The Good Wife, which you also don't watch.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to show you a picture of Christine Baranski. Are you ready? She's an icon.
I am prepared.
There she is. She's a queen. You know what else she used to be in? This show called Sybil that nobody watched. Sybil Shepherd was in it.
I never saw that show.
That's Christine Baranski.
Duh.
You know her.
Yes, I know who
She's
she
an
is.
icon.
I never knew her name.
Now you do. You've learned something this day.
Yes.
So much learning. Okay.
Okay, so like B said, we're gonna flip it back to
Flip it and reverse it. You knew I was gonna do that.
we're going to read our own stories because we want to try something different and see if it works, so we don't sound like we're just reading at you. Hopefully it works better. If it doesn't, let us know. We're open to criticism.
Constructive criticism. Don't be meanie holes.
Oh my God, don't you gasp at me.
What? Who gasped?
You did.
I did?
You went,
Oh.
scared me.
I already forgot what I did 2 seconds ago.
Gentle.
Okay, we'll be gentle with her.
Okay, should I go first?
You can go first.
Okay, I have to find my thing or put it on
Oh,
here
well,
somewhere.
you're not prepared.
I'm sweaty.
I'm sweaty too. But we can't turn the air on.
You guys won't let us turn the air on.
It's their fault.
Where is my story?
Oh my God. We're organized. We're prepared.
I found it.
We're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Cults. Hit me. Don't
We
actually
are
hit
talking
me.
about a cult. A singular cult.
We've
Might be talking about multiple, but not really.
we've established it's a cult.
Legend has it. In 1875, you're already laughing, a group of men had established contact with a superhuman race of little men with metallic heads.
Whoa.
Yes. Who dwell in the center of the earth, called the Sponsors.
What?
I'm setting the scene.
Okay.
Don't
the
laugh.
Sponsors. Little men. Metallic heads. Got it.
These little men, the Sponsors, told the human men, you're going to like this part,
Oh, I am.
that they wanted to help eradicate war and poverty from the earth.
They're good little men.
Yeah. The Sponsors were also fighting against the, quote, hidden rulers,
Oh.
who were evil and among the richest people in the world, preventing anyone else from getting ahead and creating wars to increase suffering.
This is a good cult.
Yes.
This is the kind of cult I'd join.
Oh, just wait, because I think it's pretty appealing.
Oh, okay. Especially right now.
Mankind United is the
Okay.
name of this cult.
Oh, I thought it was the Sponsors.
No.
I can't keep up.
Mankind United was established in 1934 by a man named...
Not to be confused with Manchester United.
Mankind.
Mankind.
Mankind United was established in 1934 by a man named Arthur Bell. Charismatic con man.
Oh,
Another
can't
one of
trust
those. Who promised his followers that if they and 199,999,999 other people...
It's very specific.
That's just one number under 2 million, so you know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Winky face.
Okay.
If they and just under 2 million other people
How did you find this?
surrendered all their worldly possessions to join him,
Okay.
they could all be freed from their middle-class oppression and given middle-class freedom. Once the member tally hits 2 million, no mortal will have to work for more than 4 hours a day,
Dang.
4 days a week, 8 months a year, and earn a salary of no less than $3,000 a year, which, in today's standards, would amount to approximately $58,000 a year.
Mankind United. I'm joining Mankind United.
See you later.
I'm chilling with the little dudes.
Okay, don't get excited yet. You
Oh.
gotta wait. Right now,
They hooked me.
See, yeah, this
Hook,
is how
line,
they
and
hook you.
sinker. I'm in.
Arthur and Tanya Lee did it.
More money, less work.
Everyone will also receive a $250 per month pension to those having worked 11,000 hours or those who have reached the age of 60. Bell promised each of his followers a $25,000 home, including a radio, TV, unlimited movies, news resources, telephone recording equipment, air conditioning, fruit trees, vegetable gardens, hot houses, athletic courts, swimming pools, fountains, shrubbery, and miniature waterfalls.
Mama's getting her lemon tree and shrubbery. Okay, can we take a pause for a second? Because you said a home worth $25,000, right?
Yes.
Now that sounds like nothing, but let me give you this knowledge. In the early 50s, my grandparents bought their home that they lived in until I was 13 for $19,000.
Yeah, so that's a nice home.
So that's a really nice home. If this is like almost 100 years before that.
Yeah, I should have calculated that,
You
but
should
that's
have.
a lot. That's like a
failure.
lot of hundreds of thousands of dollars home.
Yes.
Nobody said there'd be maths. Remember episode
We don't
1?
like maths.
We don't remember maths. Okay. Once enlisted in Mankind United, a follower would be invited to take a 30-day course to learn everything these sponsors learned from the hidden rulers. The one caveat, though, was that Bell told the followers the courses wouldn't be offered until the group reached the 200 million. Did I say 2 million earlier? I meant to say 200 million.
Oh, this got bigger.
Yes.
You might have said 200 million. My
might
memory
have.
doesn't go that far.
Whatever. You guys get the point. It has to be 200 million people for this to go into effect.
Got it. I can get on it.
And you can't take the courses until you reach the 200 million members
I
because...
am Mankind United Street Team.
Okay. Good for you.
Thanks.
Their information would be kept anonymous until then. This encouraged members to try and enlist other followers in order to expedite the process. Okay, so a little background on Mr. Arthur Bell.
Okay.
He was born on March 29th, 1900. I love that he was born in like an even year. It's really easy to do maths with him.
Okay.
He was born in Newington, New Hampshire. Bell's mother and
Sandy,
father...
have you heard of it?
Sandy, do you know him? He probably knows this stuff because
he knows Andrew Bell.
Arthur.
Personally. Arthur. Andrew
Not
Bell.
keep up.
Isn't that somebody who, isn't that like...
Focus!
Okay, sorry.
There's gonna be a quiz.
Oh, darn it!
Okay. Focus.
Okay.
Okay, so Bell's mother and father were born in the ministry. After Bell's father passed away when Bell was only 4 years old, Bell had to step up as the only man in the home. At way too young of an age, clearly he was only 4.
Step up!
Yes. In 1915, he left home and moved to San Francisco to live with relatives. Bell's aunt introduced him to Christian Science, and it had a profound impact on Bell at a young age. Christian Science believes the material world is an illusion and only the spiritual world is real. It became the foundation of Mankind United. Inferiority complex? I don't know why I wrote that. I think I was meant to research that. I didn't. Okay,
Maybe.
Anyway.
We want to do less work because we're in Mankind United.
Yeah. No, wait, just wait.
No.
Stop saying that. You don't know yet.
Oh.
In 1919, according to Bell, the sponsors reached out to him and asked him to join the International Legion of Vigilantes. He claimed to have taken a 15-year education course to study what would eventually be known as Mankind United. Supposedly the sponsors. Supposedly the sponsor had... Why can't I read this sentence?
English is your second language.
Yes, whoa. Supposedly, the sponsors had 60 million collectively together and promised to use it to help free humanity from the hidden rulers and money changers.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
The little people are the sponsors?
The little men.
Yeah, they're little.
The little men with metallic heads.
The little men with metallic heads are the sponsors.
They're the sponsors. Same people.
Okay. Okay.
Keep up. I'm telling you. Focus. There's going to be a quiz.
Cults. Okay.
No, there's not 2 cults.
Why? There is.
No.
There's the sponsors and there's Mankind
The
United.
sponsors is not a cult. The sponsors are the
Why do
people
they have
who created the
metallic
cult.
Can
Who created the sponsors are the
Can
ones.
he see them?
I don't know. Bell told his followers anonymity was key in order to protect the sponsors from being discovered by the money changers, as it would endanger their lives. If anyone named a sponsor, it would require the entire following to abandon their research and leave humanity forever enslaved.
Whoa.
Scary. Bell asked his followers to refer to him as, there's a couple of them. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Division Superintendent.
Okay.
The Speaker. The Voice. Department A.
This is the voice.
The voice of the right idea. And the church trustee. He also took on aliases such as J.J. Jackson, L. Patrick, J.B. Fontaine, L. Osborne, and Patrick Chapman. He made a point of using these aliases as a form of manipulation to keep his followers in the dark as to who he really was. He created a sense of mystery around him that made him seem more than just a man to them. It's important to note that he claimed he was just a mouthpiece for the cause, so that it seemed as though the cult's roots ran far deeper, aka the sponsors. So Arthur Bell is going around saying, the sponsors are the ones who are going to give us all of these things. We are part of Mankind United thanks to the sponsors.
Okay. But no one has seen the sponsors but Artie. Right?
I don't know.
Okay.
His followers did not view him as a leader, but as a connection to the sponsors. He told his followers that he worked as a secret agent for the sponsors for the last 14 years,
Secret agent,
leading up to the establishment of Mankind United. Upon purchasing the book, which he wrote about Mankind United.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think I prefaced this. Just talking about a book nobody knows about. Upon purchasing this book.
I need to buy it on Amazon.
It's a whole book. You would then automatically become a member of the group, whether you consented to it or not.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of fucked this up because the next line is, in 1936, Bell wrote the book entitled Mankind United. I talked about the book before I introduced the book. Sorry, guys. So anyway, he wrote this book in 1936, which garnered nearly 250,000 readers. His book sales essentially funded the cult in the early days. Bell told his followers, quote, "You are part of the world's enlightened thinkers," end quote. He told them they were smarter than enslaved people who, quote, brought into the system of oppression the hidden rulers had created.
Huh?
Sorry. Who, quote, bought into the system of oppression the hidden rulers had created.
There you go. Wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, rude. Bell presented the threat that the hidden rulers planned to set up a caste system that only the sponsors could save them from. The first level of the caste system. Illiterate men and women performing menial tasks.
Not me. Not in there.
This is according to the hidden rulers.
Oh, okay.
Second level. The technicians, aka men and women slaves, taught only to operate machines.
Not me. Don't know how to do that.
Third level. 80% will be police force, allowed to use brutality to enforce obedience.
Defund the police. Not me.
The other 20% will be intelligentsia, who supply luxuries and various needs to the rulers.
Coffee.
Yes.
Intelligentsia.
Yes.
They're the baristas.
They're the baristas. Fourth level is the 40,000 hidden rulers who rule over principalities. So each ruler would take 25,000 slaves with sparse housing. They would be forced to live in. No. I'm having a hard time reading my own shit.
It's fine.
I didn't read this over
You're
before.
being tapped by our assistant.
Is he? Do you need something?
She's massaging your shoulder.
We really need to teach her English. She doesn't speak at all.
No,
but
she only speaks in yells.
She sleeps in.
She sleeps in?
I'm tired.
She tapped again.
Okay. Each ruler would take 25,000 slaves with sparse housing they would be forced to live in. And the rulers would have their choice of the most attractive women. If followers spread the word to everyone they knew, it could save them from this terrifying caste system in the future.
Okay.
Bell enlisted 14,000 Californians between 1934 and 1941.
It's me, I'm a time traveler.
In 1940, Bell started telling his followers that he possessed a ray machine strong enough to, quote, knock out the eye sox and
Eye socks? What's an eye socks?
I did it wrong again.
Oh.
Quote, knock out the eye sockets.
Eye sockets.
Of people.
Not eye socks.
Knock out the eye sockets of people thousands of miles away. It also has the potential to create power plants capable of exterminating 1 million people with a single blast. Bell also claimed he could go into a trance and wake up wherever he wanted and be in multiple places at once.
Fun.
Yes. At its peak, it reached 27,000 followers. On December 18th, 1942, Bell and 16 cult leaders were arrested by the FBI for wartime sedition. The leaders were charged with willfully and feloniously conspiring to disseminate false information with intent to interfere with the war effort of the United States and undermine the morale of the armed forces.
We don't use the word felonious enough.
No. Well, no. We should try. We should try really hard to do that.
Yeah, work it into your daily vocab.
Okay.
Felonious.
It wasn't until the trial that he was actually revealed to the cult as the official leader and creator. He and the other leaders were sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Wait, so the sponsors aren't real? Duped.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I wanted metallic-headed tiny people.
Okay, well, you can try really hard to look for them. They're in the middle of the earth.
I'll get to digging.
They're with the hobbitses. I'm scared. After the trial, Mankind United hit a bump in the road, clearly.
Oh, no.
So Bell decided to evolve the cult into a church. He managed to create the Church of the Golden Rule, which also required followers to give up all of their possessions. Bill procured $3.4 million in assets, including 6 hotels, 5 restaurants, Santa Monica's Sorrento Beach Club, and a cheese factory.
Oh, I'll take the cheese factory.
Mm-hmm. So that's that story. But my little commentary on that is that I think what made this so possible, which is kind of something we're experiencing now, is the fact that this was right after World War I and the Great Depression, right before World War II had started.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it made it really easy to manipulate people because they were feeling really hopeless and looking for that sense of community and unity.
Right.
They were very vulnerable. And I think he was in a really, really good position to convince people that this was something that they needed because they didn't have anything else.
Fair.
At that point. So, like, we're sitting here like, this sounds awesome. But
Yeah.
maybe, like, if we weren't
Currently in the middle of just global destruction.
Yeah, like living in this state that we're living in right now, we might be like, that's crazy. But now we're like, that sounds really reasonable.
That seems like, yeah.
$58,000 a year is not a lot of money, but if you're only working like
what did he say? It was like 4 hours a day?
4 hours for 4 days a week for 8 months a year.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll take it. I'll take it.
That's nothing.
No.
And living in a free house.
Free house. That's like
well equipped.
Yeah. I got my fruit trees. I got my shrubs. What else do I need?
Like, it sounds very appealing. But this man was basically convincing all of these people to forego all of their possessions, give them all to him. So he was just like reaping in all the benefits. He was like, oh, thank you for all your things. Now,
so I mean, I gotta give him my galaxy lamp.
Yeah, and probably is he.
No, that can't happen.
Yeah, this is a quick bust.
This is a quick bust. I will not forfeit my assistant Izzy. I need her to keep my books organized, even though she's doing a really bad job. All she does is sit on them.
So that's the non-violent, not very awful story of Arthur Bell and Mankind United, which I mostly just found very interesting.
And the sponsors.
It was. And the hidden rulers.
There's so many.
Mostly I just saw Middle Earth, and the nerd inside me was like, Lord of the Rings, I gotta talk about that.
That's not surprising.
Yes.
That's not surprising.
Well, there's this like crazy thing that I would be super into called Hollow Earth. It's like a theory that the middle of the Earth is hollow.
There she goes.
And there's like
another world there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just another
She's a nerd.
Look it up. Look up Hollow Earth. It's very fascinating.
She's a nerdy girl, but she's my girl.
Aw. So my sources were Curbed LA article by Adrian Glick Kudler called The Earliest and Weirdest LA Cult Stories, 1700s through the 1940s.
Fun.
And I listened to an episode of the podcast called Cults. It was episode 54 that talked about Mankind United.
And the sponsors. I'm clearly very focused on the sponsors.
Yes, you are.
I need more wine.
Okay, wine pour break.
Wine pause.
Wine pause. I'm gonna chug mine while you go get us more.
Okay. I got pee.
I gotta tell you guys a secret. Okay, while Bee's in the bathroom, I gotta tell you a secret. My favorite friend is Izzy. Izzy, what do you think?
Secrets are no fun. Secrets are for Bee.
I did tell them all a secret.
Oh, no.
You'll just have to listen to the episode to hear my secret.
No secrets.
I don't think you'll like it.
You did not chug your wine.
Oh, whoops.
No wine for me, I guess.
Well, just leave the bottle near us. That's...
Oh, well.
Fatty.
We just gotta...
You know, Dad, just empty it out. Who cares about the,
It's my Monday. It's your hump day.
Who cares about the politeness of the poor?
Here we are. I'm stripping now.
Ooh, you have a Lady Gaga t-shirt on.
Yes, I do. Miss Gaga.
Stephanie Germanotti.
Germanote.
I said her name really fast because I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it.
I think it's Germanote.
So I didn't want to commit to it.
Germanata.
So it's just Stephanie Germanotti.
Germanati, Germanote. That's amore.
Oh man, this episode is way goofier. I hope your story is happy. No, oh no.
How is celeb death happy ever?
I'm really happy I got my story done. Now I can sit back and relax and listen to your story.
You can listen to my tale. You ready for my tale?
About death?
About
of a celebrity?
celeb death? This is doozy.
Okay, tell me. I'm
that
ready.
The Gen Zers are not going to know anything about. Okay.
Will I know?
Maybe. I don't know, actually.
Okay.
Let's find out.
Let's find out, and then pause to look at me for
I will
acknowledgement.
Okay. Philip Edward Hartman, a.k.a. Phil Hartman. She has no idea. Was born on September 24th, 1948 in Brantford, Ontario, Canada.
Hey, Canada!
He was
We have some listeners in Canada.
We do?
Yeah, hey guys.
Hi, guys.
Go ahead.
He was a Canadian-American actor, comedian, writer, and graphic designer, best known for his work on Saturday Night Live. I'll show you Phil Hartman now. Since you clearly don't know who that is.
I do know who that is.
I don't believe you.
Well, you said SNL and it rang the bell.
Rang the bell.
It rang the Arthur bell.
That's Phil Hartman.
Yeah, he looks so happy and nice.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Phil.
He does not look like Phil.
I just like smiling people.
Phil Rosenthal, our dad. Anyway, he was one of 8 kids born into a devout Catholic family and claims it was a lack of love and attention he received from his family that drove him into comedy and entertainment. As we know, most comedians are not happy folks.
Oh,
It's sad.
it is.
His family moved to the U.S. when he was 10 years old, and he later graduated from the University of California, Northridge, so just down the street, with a degree in graphic arts. Hartman designed album covers for bands like Poco and America, as well as the logo for Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and later went on to join comedy troupe The Groundlings, where he helped Paul Rubin cultivate his Pee Wee Herman character.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. He joined SNL in 1986 and was nicknamed Glue for keeping the production held together. On the show, he did impressions of Phil Donahue, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, and even Mr. 45 himself, Trump.
Wow, interesting.
He'd go on, this was back when he was just like a New York billionaires in quotes.
Back when he was just a caricature.
Yeah, back when he was just some New York businessman that should have stayed put. Anyway, he'd go on to win a Primetime Emmy for his work on SNL.
Dope.
Mm-hmm. Hartman was also beloved for his work on The Simpsons, voicing numerous characters over the span of 54 episodes in the early 90s. However, Phil's ability to hold things together didn't translate into his personal life.
Of course not.
Of course not. Poor Philly. Phil married Gretchen Lewis in 1970 and was divorced in 1972. He then married real estate agent Lisa Strain in 1982, and that lasted only 3 years. Strain cited his emotional unavailability as the reason behind the split, although they remained close friends.
That's nice.
Isn't it? In November 1987, welcome to the world, Tanya Lee.
Oh.
Yeah, it's your birthday.
Hey, that's me.
Good month for the S family, and a bad month for Phil Hartman. Phil married model Bryn Amdahl after having met her on a blind date.
That sounds nice.
Doesn't it? They'd have 2 children, Sean and Bergen. Yeah.
What happened to that one?
I don't know.
This is Sean and Morgan.
Morgan.
It's like the name just literally fell out of their mouth.
Maybe he was a big Murphy Brown fan and he was naming her after Candace Bergen.
Oh, it's
Bergen.
a girl?
It's a girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor Bergen.
Her name is Bergen.
Oh, poor Bergen.
When he met Amdahl, he was at his most vulnerable. Shocked by the end of his second marriage and devastated by a stall in his career, Bryn was stunningly gorgeous, and her attention and affection bolstered his rapidly deflating ego.
One of those.
One of those. In 1987, when Hartman told his friend and fellow Groundlings member, Cassandra Peterson, that he planned to propose to Bryn, her knee-jerk reaction was, oh God, no. So, good reaction.
Yeah, oh.
Hartman kicked her out of his office and didn't speak to her again for years. Peterson said this was the only time she ever saw him angry. So, typically puts on a good face, puts on a good facade. He just needs love, and he wants his friends to support that. He can't accept them not supporting it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the marriage was troubled from the start. Bryn was jealous of Phil's success because she struggled to get any of her own. Bryn was oftentimes verbally and physically abusive towards Phil, once even calling his ex-wife Strain and threatening to rip her eyes out if she spoke to Hartman again.
Cute.
She also sent Strain a death threat after Strain sent them a congratulations card over the birth of their son, Sean. How very dare her. Congratulations, die. Yeah, that's...
Congratulations on your son. Ew.
Die. Yeah. Phil
Don't tell me nice things.
Don't say it. Phil considered retiring from his job to save his marriage. Normal things. Hartman tried to get Bryn acting roles, but she was becoming too dependent on alcohol and narcotics to be able to perform well. She'd enter rehab several times to no avail.
Guys, this is called an unhealthy union.
Yeah, this is no bueno.
No.
It's no bueno.
50-50, y'all.
Yes. On multiple occasions, Hartman took his kids out of the home to stay with friends and family to get them away from Bryn's outbursts. Oftentimes, they'd stay at fellow SNL associate Jan Hook's home, which led Bryn to write threatening letters to Hooks to stay away from her husband and family that luckily she never sent. Stop kissing the assistant, Izzy. This is an ongoing HR issue in this house.
She just keeps touching me and it's very sweet.
Izzy, we don't touch. You're fired.
I unfire you.
Stop kissing her. This is an issue. Ah, God.
Sorry, I'm listening. Is there going to be a quiz? Oh.
Not this time.
Okay.
Anyway, Stephen Root, co-star on News Radio, said that very few people knew the real Phil Hartman because he rarely ever came out of character. He very much played the part of a family man. So he had kind of cultivated this Phil Hartman character and didn't really show anybody what was really going on, which was that his wife was a drug addict and alcoholic and abusive.
Not nice.
No, and a lot of men don't like admitting when they're being abused. They are quieter longer than women.
Yeah, especially then.
Mm-hmm. So, Bryn would oftentimes pick fights before bed, and Hartman started to pretend to be asleep before she came into the room to avoid the abuse. On the night of May 27th, 1998, Bryn Hartman went to dinner with friends who claimed she was in a good frame of mind. However, after she returned home, she began to fight with Hartman, per usual. Phil was angry with Bryn over a previous incident where she'd hit their daughter while under the influence.
Oh, no, not Bergen.
Not Bergen. He threatened to leave her if she relapsed or even touched their children again. Then he went to bed. So he tried.
Yeah.
He did his best.
Well, he probably could have gotten the kids out.
Well, yeah, he did. He did on several occasions. He got the kids out of the house and took them to friends and family.
But that night.
This was just his third marriage, and I think he was holding on to hope.
Yeah.
Sometime before 3 a.m., sitting awake and alone in their home, Bryn became intoxicated and started snorting cocaine. She grabbed the gun they kept in their home.
Oh.
She went into the bedroom she shared with Hartman, where he was fast asleep. It was there that she shot him between the eyes, in the throat, and in the chest. He was 49 years old. So the one saving grace here is that he was asleep.
Yeah. Oh, my God. She was just like, you know what? Time to murder.
She was very mentally unstable.
Clearly.
off drugs and on drugs, extremely mentally unstable. And she ended up taking the life of a very beloved comedian.
Wow.
Anyway, in a state of shock, Bryn fled the house and went to her friend's house, Ron Douglas. She woke him up and immediately confessed to the murder. Used to her manic and dramatic outbursts, Ron didn't believe her. So there's a theory that Ron and Bryn were lovers, but there is nothing that like really proves that.
Yeah. Just a rumor.
It's just a rumor.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it.
I was hoping you would do it.
Yep.
Rumor has it.
It's my job. I sing. They drove back to the Hartman home in separate cars. On the way, Bryn called a second friend and confessed again.
Oh, my God.
She's on a roll.
Well, she's clearly like crying out for help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Upon seeing Phil dead in their bed, Ron called 911.
All right, Ron.
Yeah. So by the time police arrived, Bryn had barricaded herself in the bathroom where she took her own life, shooting herself in the head with the same gun she used to kill Phil, leaving their 2 children without parents.
Oh, poor Sean and Bergen.
So this is a murder-suicide situation.
Yeah.
Really, really morbid. After their deaths, Bryn's autopsy showed she had also taken Zoloft that had been given to her by their children's psychiatrist.
What?
Yeah, not even her doctor. So Bryn's brother, Gregory Amdahl, filed a wrongful death suit against Pfizer, who manufactured the drug, and against the psychiatrist for giving Bryn samples when he wasn't her doctor.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yep.
John Lovitz, we all know John Lovitz, his co-star on News Radio, blames Andy Dick for reintroducing Bryn to cocaine and causing her to relapse and mentally backslide.
Wow.
Essentially blaming Andy, essentially blaming Andy for being the catalyst to Phil's death.
That guy, that's not surprising.
It's not really.
Not at all.
Oh, it gets crazier.
Okay.
A few years later at a restaurant, Andy approached Lovitz at his table and told him he put the Phil Hartman hex on him.
What?
And that Lovitz would be the next one to die. So, a very sane thing to do.
John Lovitz is still alive.
Yes. And Lovitz had Andy
was
rejected from the restaurant at that point.
Yeah, Andy, you're wrong.
Andy's wrong. Bryn's sister, Catherine, was left in charge of raising their 2 children.
Oh.
And obviously the 2 children split 50-50, the Hartman estate, which actually in today's world wasn't that much. I think it was like $500,000.
Right. I mean, I would still like $500,000, please. But not because my parents are not with me. Because that would be devastating.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. So that was the murder-suicide of Phil Hartman and Bryn Amdahl Hartman. Pretty awful.
I did not know that story.
No, I didn't know it either. So shout out to our friend Jamie for making me aware of that.
Hey, Jamie. Hi.
I knew that he was gone.
What's that sound?
It's our fridge.
Oh.
I knew that he was gone, but I didn't know how he had passed. I just figured it was, something else. Like
heart attack,
drug overdose, whatever. I do want to take this time to say that if you are struggling with addiction or thoughts of self-harm or harming others, please seek help. Please talk to somebody. The National Suicide Hotline is 800-273-8255. And the Drug Addiction Help Hotline is 1-800-662-4357. So,
yes,
seek help before you murder suicide, I guess, is the point of that.
For real.
Tale.
Thank you for adding that.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Yes.
It ain't no joke. So my sources are obviously our BFF Wikipedia. A New York Post article called Inside the Murder of Phil Hartman by Larry Gatlin. And an All That's Interesting post about the Phil Hartman death by Lauren Zimrich. Yeah, so I mean, I think there's a lot of obvious celeb deaths I could have done. But I felt like throwing you a curveball.
Yeah, that was a curveball.
Yeah.
I like when we do stories that we're not as familiar with.
Yeah, because I know that there are definitely stories, especially with like true crime, paranormal, and celebrity deaths that me and you are probably going to be like, man, like when the other one does. And, the little sister part of me wants to snatch that up really fast. But it's more fun to tell you a story you don't know.
Yeah, it's more fun to like dig deep and learn something new and honor a different person that has left us, sadly.
Left us too soon. 49.
Yeah, that's so young.
So young.
That makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Poor Phil.
Poor Phil.
Ugh.
I don't know why.
Sean and Bergen.
Bergen. You're really struggling with that name. I don't know why this story.
I feel bad that I've made fun of her now.
now that she doesn't have any parents.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not sure how old she was, but she was pretty young. She was an adolescent for sure.
Okay, yeah. Still.
And she was the baby.
Oh, poor baby.
So you're sitting here making fun of her.
I'm not making
She's
fun of her.
fatherless and motherless.
And
her mother's to blame.
I think she has a fun name.
What if Bergen Hartman is listening to this right now?
Hi, Bergen. We're so sorry.
She is sorry. She is.
We're so sorry for your loss. Jeez.
I don't know why this is like talking about the death of this father is making me want to. Can I do a little paranormal sidebar?
Yeah.
So morbidly enough, we're coming up on the anniversary of my father's passing, yes, which was October 15th. It'd be 5 years. He passed when I was 28 years old of pancreatic cancer. It was horrible. It was awful. We won't get into the details of that. But little paranormal sidebar, since this episode went quickly, was after he passed, he communicated with us a little bit. He passed obviously in October. He was big on Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Not in October, though.
Not in October. No. He hated Halloween.
Yes.
And I made the joke that when he passed away, he did it on purpose to ruin Halloween for us because me and my brother both love Halloween.
Yeah.
And he effectively ruined the month of October. Good job,
That's why
Mitch.
we make more of an effort to make October way more fun.
We definitely do.
Yes.
Anyway, so he, my parents'
Take
house.
that, Mitchell.
Yeah, in your face, Mitch. We're gonna enjoy your death month.
Oh, jeez.
So his first little foray into, I guess, contacting us was by messing with the lights in his bathroom when my mom was cleaning out his closet to give stuff to Goodwill. He just kind of did a little flicky flick, a little I'm here. Mm-hmm. But my favorite dad moment was it wasn't the first Christmas without him because to be completely honest, the Barnes family was trashed that Christmas. Trashed. It was the second Christmas without him. So after it had been a year, we were loading up the car to go to my brother's house. And clear as day, there was a footprint on the floor leading from the tree to the car. My dad had a very wide foot and a very flat foot, so he had a very specific footprint. Mm-hmm. And this was very clearly his big, flat foot, to the point where my mom got one of his shoes to measure it, and it lined up. It was his shoe size and everything. Kind of his way of being like, I'm still here. I'm still helping you bring the presents to the car on Christmas. And it makes me wonder if Sean and Bergen has had any little Phil moments, because he clearly went before he was ready.
Yeah, maybe. If you're out there, let us know.
If you're out there, Sean, and if anybody has any Phil Hartman ghost stories,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Because he definitely went before his time. I wonder where their house is. I wonder what house he died in. Yeah, I don't know that.
I wonder if the Christmas where you guys were all trashed, if he was like trying to give you signs, and he was like,
we were too trashed.
He was like, "Yo, I'm over here." Like,
no, he was just.
Look at this. Look, this Christmas is too lit for me, y'all.
No, I mean, let's remember Mitch Barnes' style. He
would have never said. He would probably not understood what the word lit means.
He would not have understood the word lit. If he would have saw all of us very, very drunk,
God,
he would have been sitting there with his tight-lipped face, arms crossed, very annoyed, very monotone per usual.
Yes.
He would not have been excited.
He would have been like, "All right, guys, I'm here." What the heck?
He's just standing in his bathroom, like flicking the lights, like, hello.
Meanwhile, trash.
Meanwhile, Rose is out there playing rock band, drunk. She's on the drums. This is true.
Yes,
she was on the drums. She was nailing it home, man. I was on the couch with a headache.
Yeah, well, You guys were trying. You guys were doing your best.
We were doing our best.
You were trying to build memories and spend quality time as a family.
Yes.
Through tragedy. I commend you guys for that. Trashed or not.
Yeah, we did it.
You did it.
We drank a lot and we got through it. Stop kissing our assistant.
She keeps touching me with her little hand.
Can you imagine? She had little hands.
She had like fingers. Opposable thumbs. Ugh.
Ew.
Izzy, do you have an opposable thumb?
No, she has no opposable thumbs. That's why we have to do everything for her. She's really a useless assistant.
Yeah.
Izzy,
you're bald.
Izzy, you're fired. And you're bald.
All right. Would you please tell me something wonderful? Because
yeah, I can do that.
Was pretty awful.
Something wonderful is also something awful. My wonderful is, I had 4 days off, and over those 4 days off, I finished a whole bunch of TV shows. And one of those TV shows was Ratchet on Netflix, which is
awful.
So awful, so messed up, but so fun and so good to watch. It's annoying because Ryan Murphy is awful, but his stories are not. And
is he awful?
I don't know. I feel like I've heard stories. Maybe
I heard
it's
he
hearsay.
likes cute boys in his office, but
oh.
But I don't think he actually harasses them or anything. I just think he likes.
Tea. I mean, I've heard that it's pretty god awful to work on his set.
You know what? Here's the thing. I've heard it is difficult to work on his set, but that he shows up, he knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah. Respect to Ryan Murphy because he creates extremely smart shows.
I honestly have not heard if he's nice or mean. So
no,
I can't speak to that.
True. I retract my statement.
He is very picky.
That's fine. That's fine because he's running an empire.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's earned it.
But here's the thing. It worries me that the creator of Glee has created American Horror Story and Ratchet, all these things that are just really awful. Like his imagination. Like he maybe has some suppressed things. I don't really know what's going on with Ryan Murphy, but like God help him. So Ratchet was amazing. Sarah Paulson is amazing. Finn Whitrock is amazing.
Oh, I love him.
He is so good in the show.
He's cute.
He's so cute. Everybody thinks he's cute,
right? Okay, I'm not alone.
No, you're not. I'm not alone in thinking this extremely handsome man is handsome.
He doesn't strike me as everybody's type. I don't know.
What are you talking about? He's tall, dark, and handsome. He's got chiseled.
He's got chiseled body.
He's chiseled. Yeah. So Finn Whitrock is. Whitrock, am I even saying it right? Is amazing.
That guy.
That
Finny guy.
That Finny guy is amazing.
Yeah.
I hope he does a million other villain origin stories. I want to see like Jason Bateman. Not Jason Bateman.
Who?
Is it Jason Bateman? No, Jason Bateman's an actor.
What are you trying to say?
Bateman from American Psycho. Do you
want to Google it?
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it.
And then we'll try again.
We'll try again.
Did something happen to Moosh?
Nothing happened to Moosh.
Did you experience a tragedy? Why are you zoning out?
Patrick Bateman. Okay. I want to see him do Patrick Bateman.
Oh, from Psycho.
Yeah. No, from American Psycho. Different Psycho.
Oh, I'm thinking of...
You're thinking of Norman Bates.
Norman Bates.
This is Patrick Bateman.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen American
Yes,
Psycho.
you have. It's Christian Bale.
Oh, yes, I have.
He's obsessed with Phil Collins.
Yes.
Like, what is his origin story?
Yes. Right?
That would be amazing. Set in the 80s.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
But, like, what origin, like, what fictional villain would you want to see the origin of?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Fictional villain would I want to see the origin of?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I feel so much pressure.
So much pressure.
We've seen, I keep thinking of Batman villains. I don't know why.
Hey, that could be fun.
But we've seen them all.
The origin stories?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Penguin, we've seen the Joker.
Sure.
Who else? Riddler. Ooh. The Riddler origin story would be really cool.
The Riddler origin story would be really cool. Poison Ivy.
Ooh, Poison Ivy would be really cool.
She'd be cool too.
We kind
of have the origin story of Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm into this idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my something wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed Ratchet. I'm also watching Away, which is really good. I'm not done yet.
I want to see that.
You'll love it. It's really good.
That's up my nerd alley. Faux sure.
And I watched Pen 15, the second season of that, which is too triggering. Way too triggering. The character of Maya is literally me as a child, and I find it very hard to watch, I'm not going to lie. But it's supposed to be really funny. But my childhood was traumatic, and Maya's childhood was also traumatic. Yeah, hard to watch.
There'll be some good inspo for our feature that we're going to write.
Oh, another How Wonderful is
so many wonderful
another season of Travels with My Father with Jack Whitehall and Michael Whitehall.
Right.
It's only 2 episodes, so it's really quick to watch. And Michael Whitehall is in drag in this season.
Yes. What?
Yes.
Yes.
He does drag as the Queen of England. It's so amazing.
I need to watch that.
Michael
That's
Whitehall
awesome.
is 10 times funnier than Jack Whitehall. I can go on record. What's your How Wonderful?
Oh, I don't have as many as you.
Sorry. I just watched a lot of television.
I think my How Wonderful... I didn't really think this through.
No, you didn't. Oh.
So, Gavin Newsom recently said...
Gavin Newsom is our governor?
Yes, he's the governor of California, who said that, oh gosh, what year was it? 2030?
2035. Are you talking about the cars?
Yes. In the year 2035, you will now only be able to purchase electric vehicles.
Seems far off.
Well, I think you have
to give it that long.
You have to give the
implement.
manufacturers time. I don't know.
But let's look at it this way: the big countdown to climate change being irreversible is 7 years.
Yeah.
So 15 years from now, it seems a little. Now we're all only electric cars and everybody's dead.
Yeah, but everyone's like, "Oh, it's so impossible to do. Like, he's crazy. What is he talking about?" And I'm like, "This is what's supposed to be happening. Like, don't you want to spend less money on gas?" I mean, I guess people are like worried about the economy, whatever. But I'm like, wouldn't you want to? Look, I'm not smart in this way, but I would think that
she says it like that because she knows she's smart in other ways.
I'm
not smart in this way.
I am smart in other ways.
You are smart,
but I'm not smart in this subject matter. I will admit. I will happily admit. But correct me if I'm wrong. With climate change and with all of the things that we're going to implement, wouldn't that create new resources to make money off of?
Correct.
Instead of gas and all of these things. Now we're just going to put that money that we're spending on that into something else.
Right.
That's actually going to be better for the environment.
Right.
It just might not be, the thing that we've been, the thing that we have been putting our money into at the moment. But anyway, I think that's pretty great personally, and I think that's something wonderful.
That's a nerdy environmentalist. You were very Jane Fonda with that. How wonderful!
See, I committed.
You were very Jane Fonda with that. How wonderful!
Another wonderful thing is that it's October tomorrow.
Yay!
By the time this is actually posted, it will be October. But we are recording this on the last day of September, so we are on the eve.
I think we should talk about all the scary movies that we've watched and all the coming episodes for October.
So what do we watch?
We've only watched Trick or Treat.
And Hush.
And Hush, which was amazing.
Hush
Everybody
was
watched
awesome.
Hush. It's on Netflix. It was written by a woman who is also the lead.
Starring a woman, yeah.
The only thing I wish were different is she plays a deaf mute, and she is not a deaf mute in real life.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of white people, but it's fine.
There's literally only 4 cast members.
Yeah.
So, beggars can't be choosers.
I don't know.
But yeah, they could, and definitely, there's no reason why.
No. I wouldn't have wanted to make the bad guy black guy, because I think that's setting a bad precedent.
No, but the neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbor could have been, well,
No spoiler. No spoiler. No spoiler.
No.
No spoiler.
I don't
no
know.
spoiler.
Look, I don't want to get
the deaf
judgmental
mute
because
could have been black.
I don't want to get PC police on it, because it was actually really, really good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so smart. It was so unique. It was so suspenseful. Our other assistant fell.
Oh, buddy, are you okay?
Our co-assistant.
Stuck.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, are you okay?
He's fine. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off.
I love you, buddy. Are you okay?
We can't say I love you to the assistants. That's an HR issue.
I'm very cuddly with our assistants.
Moosh is also... Tanya's also fired at this point.
See you later.
Okay, so we watched Hush and we watched Trick or Treat. Hush.
We already talked about Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat. No, we're gonna watch Insidious tomorrow, but we've already watched it. It's
already a yes.
It's already a yes. I love Insidious. So many jump scares. So fun.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got to pick our topics. Dang orang.
Yes.
Oh god, because I know one of these is aliens. So I have to pick. God. Okay.
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 Don't be aliens.
Don't be aliens.
But be aliens, because I really want it to be aliens.
Don't be aliens.
Okay. Do you want me to open mine first?
Yeah.
Because it's already open.
I'm scared.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
Next episode.
No. Next episode.
True crime. I'm so
yay!
excited. I could burst.
Be paranormal. Be paranormal. Be paranormal. No! It's aliens!
That's technically paranormal.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
Because
it is.
aliens are real.
Paranormal technically means not normal.
I'm unhappy.
Stop flailing the piece of paper around.
Happy.
You're making so much noise with the paper.
I'm unhappy.
Bad B.
I am unhappy. See, okay, here's the thing. With paranormal, you're interested. You don't love it, but you're interested.
You're going to get to tell me something that you know I'm going to be invested in.
You're going to be invested in, and I'm going to be like, so there's the story about it. Like, I don't care.
Ask your friends to tell you what to look up.
It's not going to be fun. None of my friends like aliens.
Look, you're going to have to do it once every 6 episodes.
Oh, that's too often.
That's not really that often.
Can we make it like a dash? Can we make it like aliens or?
No.
And then maybe I can surprise you and like do aliens on my own one day.
You're going to find some cool stories, I promise you.
I've already looked. I haven't.
Look harder. You'll find them. Go on Reddit.
That's so much work.
Look it up tonight before you go to bed. Then you just skip
No,
over it.
you're not giving me homework before bed.
Okay.
Madam, it is 9:30. It is bedtime.
We're old.
I am a pumpkin.
All right. Well, since it is bedtime, let's give them the spiel.
Okay, the spiel is you can follow us at How Awful Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. You can
And
email
Facebook.
us and Facebook
And YouTube.
and YouTube.
Well, actually, no, that's not our YouTube. But
What?
you can search us on YouTube.
You can
under
search
How
us on
Awful
YouTube.
Podcast.
Oh, and if you have a hearing impaired friend who you would like to share this podcast with, we are currently transcribing our episodes. We have 3 episodes transcribed that will be on YouTube. You can send to your friend, get them to subscribe and follow, like, comment, what have you.
Yeah, we're trying to be as inclusive as we can be. So
We're trying.
Yeah.
And, it's extra work, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
All right. Who is jingles? There's no jingles. Why?
Oh, no, Moosh
Moosh has got Izzy's collar.
jingles.
Good.
Yeah.
This is good. This is what we were avoiding. Anyway, you can email us at howawfulpodcast@gmail.com. You can visit us at howawfulpodcast.com. I'm typically better at this.
I'm letting you go with it.
Yeah. What's the Patreon?
Our Patreon is patreon.com/howawfulpodcast.
There it
and
is.
We got a couple tiers.
Yeah.
We got the blog going. And, if you subscribe to the Patreon, if you donate, which is just like a monthly fee, usually it's pretty
It's a
low.
small fee.
But we do have a blog going where we have been adding extra tidbits that we do not discuss on the episode. Some of which, we just reflect on the episode, but some of the entries do have some extra information that you might find interesting.
You get pictures, you get videos.
Yeah.
You get extra little content. And if you join the top tier, hopefully we'll be doing an extra video for you guys sometime in the next couple weeks.
We're just waiting for a couple more people to join so that we can get a good audience for that.
Correct.
So if you do join the top tier, get ready to see our beautiful faces. We got so much to show you. We got ideas. We're ready to go. Hi, Moosh.
This is sounding like we're gonna be nude. He has gone rogue.
Why does it sound like that? It does not sound like that.
We've got so much to show you. Why'd you say it like a burlesque dancer from the 20s?
Because that's me. That's what I identify as.
Okay, she's a burlesque dancer from the 20s.
Boop.
Anyway, this has been How Awful. I've been B.
I've been Tanya Lee.
She's busy drinking her wine. And our assistants, per usual, have been Izzy and Moosh, who are both fired.
No, Moosh wants my wine.
No, no wine from Moosh. You're fired. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. How awful. As always, we've been B and Tanya Lee. Our logo was created by MJ Savard, and our theme music courtesy of Nikki Lou.